everybody, this is Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. I decided I was going to sit down and show you guys some projects I've been working on today. I've got two or three sewing projects and 2 yarny projects. So, y'all, I'm sorry, I have got allergies or something and I'm just dying here. I don't know. Is this just a bad year for me? Because I normally don't suffer from these too bad. But it's just been killing my voice and my throat and all that stuff. Let me talk just a second. You know, I don't know if y'all noticed, if anybody saw the pictures of Rowan's birthday party, and I think there's a picture where we're all kind of scooped down behind his high chair, and everybody kind of stayed in a standing position and just bent over, and it was because of me. I have got a knee problem I've dealt with for years and years and years, and I think it stems back to where I heard it coming down some stairs. I've told you guys the story, and my sock caught on a screw or a nail, and I twisted my knee and all that stuff, and that was 2007, okay? But also, that same leg I broke as a child, right below the knee, and I may have told you guys this, riding a mini bike when I wasn't supposed to, but when my grandpa let me ride it, long story short, I ended up having a wreck and broke my leg, messed up my mouth. I had braces, knocked my braces off. It was just a mess. But it was killing me that day. I mean, the pain was unbelievable. And I'm thinking that it was because I had been on my feet for like hours making cupcakes the day before that party. And when they set my leg, they didn't set it to where it was straight like a normal leg. My leg kind of bows back from the knee. It was not set correctly. So it's kind of hyperextended. And so I don't know if I stand funny that causes that. The pain I normally have is below the knee, but the pain I had that day of the party was behind the knee, and it was like almost like a pulled muscle, but severely painful. So, but the reason I'm telling you this is that my right knee has been killing me today. I've had to actually take ibuprofen and everything, and I don't know what's going on with me. I had a birthday. It's been 2 or 3 weeks ago on September the 25th, and I turned 57. Is this aging? And, you know, I was overweight most of my adult life, and I wonder if I've just wore my knees out, or I don't know what I've done, but I'm telling you, the pain that people can have with their knees, I never knew it could be so bad, but I have been struggling. So I ask you for prayers. If you are praying people, I would appreciate some prayers for my knee, because, you know, I've got this trip coming up, and we're supposed to go to Universal one day. And if you knew my husband, he's like a child, and my son, it's going to be me, my son, and my husband, and my daughter-in-law, going that first day, and they're wanting to ride one particular ride, and they're wanting to get there early, and take off across the park. Y'all, I don't know if I can do it. I told him just to leave me. I didn't care, but Jeff would not do that for anything. And I was serious when I said, I don't care if y'all leave me. If y'all want to go get on that ride, go get on it. I will come straggling behind you. But hope I don't have the pain that I'm having now. I'm going to take plenty of ibuprofen, and hopefully I can just get through it. But it's frustrating how you have such a desire to do stuff, but because what your body fails you in, you're not able to do it. But anyway, I'm going to be going to the doctor at the end of this month, and hopefully they can tell me something I can do about this, because I can't stand it anymore. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with me. It seems like the last 2 videos I've eaten before I've come and filmed, and I should have brushed my teeth, I guess. But anyway, let me show you a couple things I've been working on. You know, I showed you guys these. All of these. Y'all, my nose is running now. I hope I got some Kleenexes. This video is going to be a mess. Between all my ailments, it's going to be a mess. You know, I showed you this hat. This is a Ross hat. That's what all these are. Okay, I've already showed you these. I love, love, love the Ross hat. Well, excuse me, with that being said, I have found a new love that I love just as much as the Ross hat. And I hope I hadn't already showed you this one. I know I hadn't showed you the other two, but this is the Bankhead hat. And I may have showed you this in a couple of videos ago, but this is one that I made. And this is using I Love This yarn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's an I Love This yarn. I don't know the colorway or anything. I've already put the ball band in my little thing. And I made this for my son-in-law. And I made Rowan, I almost said Rollins, that's my niece's baby's name, one to go so they have matching hats. So I'm tickled to death with these. I love these. They've got a really thick brim on them. I don't know if you can tell, but the brim goes all the way up to here. And then you do like a knit, I think it's a knit 4 purl one all the way till you get to the decrease round. And it's a hat that works up super fast because it's a worsted weight. And I do believe I showed you this one because I feel like I'm repeating myself. Well, I was going to do a third one. And this was going to be for my niece's baby, Rollins. And she's not my niece. She's my first cousin's daughter, but I call her my niece. I've told you guys that before. And I made the whole hat, and then I got to the top of it. What happened was I was trying to finish it really fast before I went home to North Carolina the last time because that's where she lives. And I skipped some stitches, and I just didn't have time to fix it before I had to take off and leave for the day. So when I come home, I just reversed it and started working out the top of the hat, just pulling out the other hat and made another one. But I didn't have as much yarn. So this one ended up a lot smaller, and I know it's not going to fit him. This is the one for Rowan, which is like for a 1-year-old. And look at this one. It's so much smaller. And I know they stretch a lot, but he's got a little bit of a bigger head. And so I know this won't fit him. So I'm going to remake him another one. I've got more yarn. And I'll just save this for the next grandbaby because it'll fit a smaller child. But I got those finished. And then let me show you my next yarny project. You know, I showed you that Bernat blanket yarn in the last video. And so here's the second ball that I'm working out of. In fact, this is the second ball on this one. Now, I did this blanket twice, and I thought that I brought up that other one. Hold just a second, let me see. Okay, I didn't bring up the first one I started working on. It's downstairs. I'm just going to use it and pull out of it to add to this blanket, but I'll tell you why I started over. I'm doing just a half double crochet. To me, the simpler design on this blanket yarn makes a prettier blanket. But this one, the first one, I used a 9mm. The yarn actually calls for an 8. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Yes, an 8mm, right there it tells you. And this color is called North Sea. I love the color. I don't love working with yarn. I do like it better than I thought I did. But I did a super jumbo the last time. And this is just a super bulky. And I think I like working with a super bulky better. But I was doing the 9mm. And because I wanted to go up a needle size or hook size. Because I wanted it, you know, to be soft and squishy. And I got about this much done. And I was starting on my second ball. Well, I only bought 10. So I thought, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. So I got a 12mm hook. I don't know the letters that go with these, so I apologize if y'all don't know the millimeters that go with the letter. I'm sure y'all do, but I don't. So I got a 12mm, and I'm on my second ball, and I've got this much left of the second one, and I've got this much done so far. And I'm only making it, it's probably about a little over 5 foot wide. It's just gonna be a lap throw, and it's for my son-in-law for Christmas. This is working up so much quicker than the one with the 9mm, which makes perfect sense, right? Y'all, I'm picking up all the loose threads from the sewing I've been doing. But I'm loving how this is turning out, and I hope he loves it. He's been wanting this for years and years, and I'm just excited to be able to make it for him. So I love the looseness. Let me just show you that again. I didn't show you too good. The squishiness and the way this is working out. It's not got too big of holes in it, but it's still just really squishy, where the one with the 9mm was just working up a little bit too tight. Even though they do call for an 8 with this, I couldn't imagine what that would be. So that's my yarny projects I wanted to show you guys. Also, y'all, I'm so sorry. let me tell you what else I've been dealing with. You know, I've got this trip coming up, and I go to pack, and y'all, I don't have that many clothes that I would really want to wear in public. I have more winter clothes than I do summer clothes, and we're going to a summery place on our vacation. You know, we're going on a cruise, and y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, it is October. I don't know if there's summer clothes in the stores. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't have time to order anything from anywhere, but I'm going to have to go buy or go try to find something to pack. I've got a lot of dresses that I do wear a lot in the summertime. Like when I go to the grocery store, I'll throw on, you know, yoga pants and a t-shirt, or I'll throw on, a halfway decent t-shirt that I hadn't ruined by wearing all day. I don't show y'all what I wear every day because it looks like, it looks awful because I wear it to cook and clean and everything, and they're all old and faded and just look awful. But my point is, because I don't work outside the home, I don't have a lot of clothes that I would want to wear in public, if that makes any sense. Like I've got some of these t-shirts I picked up at Walmart, and they're just getting too big for me. I mean, they hang halfway down to my knee. It's awful. I'm just in a mess here. So I do have a lot of those Amazon dresses that I bought a few years ago. They're short sleeve, they kind of an empire waist and just a flared skirt. You know, it's got the tiers in it and they floral patterns and all that. And that's what I'll end up probably taking, because I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just don't have a whole lot of clothes. But that's a good problem to have, I guess. I am getting to go on vacation, and if I have to rewear something or wear a shirt that's too big, who cares, right? But it's kind of funny. Me and my husband were saying, Lord, what are we going to do? Well, let me show you some things I've been sewing. Okay, I'm going to show you the first one. The only thing I hadn't finished on this one is the hem, and I have not pressed it at all. So, no judgment, please. This is called, and I'm going to show you a piece of the pattern because I did not print out the instructions because I've made so many t-shirts. I wasn't going to waste the ink to do that. But this is the pattern. I can't say the name of it. It's in that black box. And this is the monster t-shirt. And this is a PDF that I printed off. And this one is in size 18 months, which I know is going to be too big for Rowan. I know it is because he's 22 pounds. He's a little fella. And I think he's a little fella because Rollins, the one that was born the day after him, is just like 5 pounds, I think, close to 5 pounds bigger than him. But Rowan has been walking for a little over a month, though, and he's actually lost weight because he weighs the exact same thing he weighed like a month or two ago. And he had to go to the doctor the other day because he had a little bit of ear issues. But anyway, I haven't hemmed it, but I just made a basic shirt. I'm not going to do anything special with this until I check the size on him, because I don't want to make up a bunch of things he's not going to be able to wear. So this is the monster t-shirt. Like I said, I haven't got the hem in it yet, and there's little fuzzies all over it. But there's the little cuff. Y'all, there's thread all over this from this quilt I was working on. Little neckband, and it'll look better when it's pressed and, you know, everything. It's just, I just literally got this finished sewing last night, and I just didn't want to break out the cover stitch machine to do the hem. So this is the first thing I got done. And then I wanted to make him some other things. Now, if y'all remember, I made him that sweatshirt that said wonderful, but it just said, let's see, it said wonderful, yeah, but with an O instead of a W. Y'all, I can't think. And this is the pattern that I used for that was this. It was the vintage sweatshirt by Brindle, I guess, and Twig. Pattern and tutorial. And you know, I print this one out, but I really didn't need to because it's basically just like putting together a t-shirt. But I printed off in all black, but it does come in color, black and white. If any of you guys sew and you want to sew for your grandchildren, this is Wonderful Pattern Company. You can print the patterns off in layers where you only print off one size. So if you know how to do simple construction of like t-shirts, sweatshirts, things like that, you really don't have to print off the instructions because look how thick they are. I mean, it's a lot of printing. But I do use a laser printer that is super fast, and the ink lasts forever and ever and ever. It was a little bit of an investment up front, but I honestly get so much more use out of it because the ink lasts forever. But I've got this mixed in with a different pattern, but I'll figure all that out later. But I just wanted to show you that's the actual pattern. And that's the jeans I made him a couple weeks ago. But let me show you, wait, it goes up here. Here's the sweatshirt I made. Now this is fabric I had when my children were young. It's a microfleece, not microfleece. I can't remember what this fabric's called. It's that fuzzy stuff. Y'all know when I show it to you. But I made my daughter a coat out of it. No, yeah, I think I made her a coat and I had some left over and I've saved it all these years. She's 26 years old. So this is the sweatshirt. I didn't have any ribbing or any knit to match it, so I just did contrast. I let my husband pick it out because I couldn't make my mind up. But I'm glad he picked gray. I was going to put like navy blue, dark blue or something. But anyway, this is it. And this is a 12 to 18 months. And y'all, I bet this is still going to be too big for him. But it's supposed to be a baggier shirt. But you know, they all grow. So, you know, it's not even cold here in the South. So hopefully he can wear it. But this is that. I got that done. And then I made him the mini joggers to go with it. And there's this pattern. It's the mini modern jogger. Now, I don't know if y'all can tell, but maybe you can tell from the picture. See, it's got little knee patches. And that's basically you're sewing a piece of fabric on top of the other fabric and you're having to fold it over and hem it down. I did not go to that much trouble because I tried and I kept getting them uneven. I kept getting one higher than the other. And I thought, you know, this is not worth it and I'm not doing it. So I didn't. And Sarah will never be the wiser because she don't see the pattern. I'm just going to show you the pattern pieces. It's super simple. You know, I think I like PDFs better, especially for smaller patterns. Instead of having to like trace some patterns you have to trace and you have to cut out that tissue paper and all that stuff. These go together just like that. They're very easily marked to be able to match them up and everything. But here's how the little pants came out. It's got the little waistband. And then I got the little cuffs here. So it'd be kind of like a little matching set. And it's got pockets. They're pretty deep for a 1-year-old. They go all the way down in there. But it's got that in there also. So there's the little pants. I can't wait to see these on him. I was going to mail this stuff to her, but I think I'm going to wait till I see her at Thanksgiving. I may not see her till Thanksgiving, you guys. I don't really know. I'm going to see her on our trip and be seeing her for a whole month. I mean, a month. I wish I was seeing her in Rowan for a month. Notice I said Rowan. You know what I mean? But I may take it when I see her at Thanksgiving so I can try it on him and see what it looks like. Because I usually don't get to see a whole lot of his stuff that I make him on him in person. So that's exciting. Okay, and the last thing I've been working on, and I told you guys a lie. I tell y'all those all the time by accident. I told y'all I was not making another quilt until I quilted another quilt. In other words, I wasn't going to piece a quilt until I quilted a quilt. Well, that's not happened. So I've got to get on that soon because I've got a wedding gift I got to quilt, a graduation gift I've got to quilt, and a Christmas quilt I've got to quilt. So this is the one I did. Now, if y'all remember a month or two ago, I don't even know, I have no concept of time, I had made that Halloween quilt. I had this layer cake and I had just cut out a random pattern and made a Halloween quilt. It's the first quilt I made after I got back into quilting and I was so excited about it. And of course my daughter visited and she took it home with her. So I wanted to make me a Halloween quilt. So I bought this little kit and this is a much smaller quilt. This would be something you just drape over a chair or something. I made myself another Halloween themed quilt so I can keep it. And this is it. Y'all getting to see all of it. There's the bottom. I'll try to hold it back. Get back as far as I can and show it to you. This was from the Fat Quarter Shop, and I tell you, I told you in my last video, they are amazing with their kits. You get plenty of fabric. So I love all the little details in this. It's such a cute little quilt. It's almost more like a wall hanging, to be honest with you. I think it finished up at 30 by something. I mean, it'd be a good baby size quilt, to be honest with you. I was going to show you the pattern. No, I don't have a clue. I knew how big it was supposed to be, but now I don't remember. I think it was like 31 by, I don't know, y'all. You know, yes, I do know, because I've got the little binding things here that tells me how big to cut it. Let's see. Finishing right here. It's just 20, no, it's 31 by 30 something. Y'all, I don't know. I know it's 31 on the biggest size. The other size, 26, 27, 31. So that's about 28 by 31. That's what it is. And in fact, I probably got it wrote down here. The center is 25.5 by 26, and then I add 3.5-inch borders all the way around. So add that up. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do all that. So, but anyway, I can't do math unless I'm sitting down with a pencil and paper, or I have a calculator. But I got this finished, and I got to quilt it soon because Halloween will be here, and that's just a shame. And this is the backing fabric that came with it. And I was going to show you the pattern. Okay, it was like a block of the week or block of the month. It was block of the week. It was like a little sew-along that she hosted. And we got 4 little sets here of patterns. And it was the Haunted Halloween. And like I say, her instructions are amazing too. The Fat Quarter Shop. That was for the cat. And then I think the stars were on that one. No, the stars was on the first one. The stars was the hardest part of the quilt just because there's so little pieces. And then we had the Haunted House block. And then we had the finishing. So week 4 was basically just finishing it up, sewing all the blocks together and putting the borders on and everything. And this is actually the binding that'll go on it. So I'll give you a little, see how that works with it so well. So hopefully in my next video, you guys will see this finished or close to being finished. So I can have this done for Halloween. I can't believe I didn't get to it sooner. I actually cut this out on Sunday and had this thing put together Sunday night and Monday, and I was done. So, no, today is Tuesday. I actually put it together, the whole thing together today. So I got it done in 3 days. And I didn't really work on it a huge amount of time, so it went together pretty quick. But that's all I've got done. Now I've got to make a decision on what yarny project to take with me on my trip. Because I don't care if I'm going on a cruise. I don't care if I'm doing all that. I always take a yarny project with me because my husband loves to take naps during the day. Now, it may be different this time because I'll have my daughter and her family and my son and his wife. And I may do things with them. But he always takes naps during the day. And I'm not a napper unless it's by accident. So I've got to figure out what kind of yarny project I want to take. Last time I took dishcloths and that got very boring. So I got to think about that. But like I say, that's first world problems, you know. So I hope everybody's having an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.